Action, oops, the camera's here. And dash cut, she had that old-fashioned sass, the kind you just don't see anymore. Stop saying sass. Scrubs follows 3 first-year medical and surgical interns navigating the chaos of a teaching hospital, learning how to become real doctors, and making every rookie mistake possible along the way. On their first day, the nerves are real. Carla will take care of you, they're told. But don't look at anyone when you're moving. Just act like you know what you're doing, even when you absolutely dance single quotes to Dot fresh out of school. They have all the book knowledge in the world, but no practical experience. Suddenly, they're thrown into real-life situations where thinking fast is survival. Much of the show's humor comes from that chaos, from the pressure and the panic of pretending to be confident when you're barely holding it together. Normally, doctors are portrayed as godlike, steady hands, and calm minds saving lives without hesitation. But Scrubs flipped that idea on its head. It showed the terror that comes before every procedure, every decision, every heartbeat that depends on you. That fear made it unique. Just poke it through his skin, someone says. Time's up. Carla, do it for him, please. Scrubs was unlike anything TV had seen in years, a hilarious human medical comedy that embraced the absurdity of hospital life. It wasn't the classic setup and punchline humor. Instead, it was layers of build-up, followed by one perfectly delivered joke. Comedy with rhythm. In one scene, a senior doctor lectures, "You're not going to walk around here like these other drones." Turning the sniffles into something dramatic just to get invited to a conference. Are you? The intern hesitates, then says, no. The show's irreverence made it stand apart from serious medical dramas like, ugh, instead of glorifying the job. Scrubs laughed at it, and in doing so, made it feel real when Zach Braff first read the pilot. He knew immediately it was special. "It was unlike any other pilot I'd ever read," he said. "I laughed out loud from start to finish." The writing was clever, fast-paced, and full of surprises. The first code, the moment a doctor takes charge of a patient whose heart has failed, was both terrifying and thrilling. "You decide if the patient lives or dies," the script said. It was funny, but also true to the weight of medicine. Every story in the pilot was inspired by something real, things that actually happened in hospitals. The humor and heartbreak came straight from life itself. As one doctor put it, if you push around a stiff, nobody asks you to do anything. Hilarious reality. Learning lines full of medical jargon was no joke. "It's like learning another language," Donald Faison admitted. "You study constantly." In one scene, a doctor recites prolongation of circulation time from the lung to the brain causes diminished sensitivity of the respiratory center to CO. It sounds impossible, but they made it work. Sometimes spending hours memorizing a single phrase, only for it to be cut later. Behind the camera, things were just as intense. Scrubs wasn't shot on a fake set. It was filmed inside a real hospital, rented for production. That authenticity mattered. Every hallway, every room carried the smell and sound of real medicine to prepare. The cast shadowed real interns and residents. They wore stethoscopes, followed doctors on rounds, and witnessed real procedures. Zach Braff remembered helping a doctor draw blood. "Every time she passed me a vial, I thought I was going to faint. I had to hold it together." Through that experience, they gained an immense respect for real medical professionals. People who live with life and death every single day. For the cast, mastering the medical lingo wasn't the only challenge. They also had to deliver it with timing, emotion, and humor. Often in the middle of high-stakes drama, Donald joked. You learn what each word means, then break it down with consultants. Eventually, you start to understand what you're saying, but it takes forever. The show balanced comedy with truth, laughter with fear. The characters grew from clueless rookies into capable doctors, reflecting what every young professional faces, that terrifying leap from theory to practice. The creators wanted Scrubs to capture the pressure of real life, the struggle to fit in, the fear of failure, and the awkward mistakes everyone makes starting out. The writing struck a perfect chord. Fans related to it because it felt genuine. Whether you worked in medicine or not, you knew what it felt like to be new, to be lost, and to fake confidence until it became real. Every episode showed growth. 3 interns learning how to save lives, but also how to save themselves. And at the heart of the show was friendship. The connection between Zach Braff's JD and Donald Faison's Turk became one of TV's most beloved bromances. Their chemistry wasn't scripted, it was real. Off camera, they laughed constantly. "It's so much fun coming to work," Donald said. "Everybody's lovely, and I know everyone says that, but here it's true." Krista Miller, who played Jordan, also had a special connection to the show. She's married to Scrubs creator Bill Lawrence. "It was amazing watching her work," Zach recalled. "She was so funny, so sharp. People loved her, and she'll definitely be back for more." The show's format also allowed endless possibilities. Hospitals are revolving doors. Patients, doctors, and visitors come and go, giving the writers freedom to introduce new stories and faces every episode. Guest stars could appear for an episode or two, adding layers of heart or humor. "It's a fun world to play in," Zach said. "You can always bring in new energy." Then there were the family dynamics, scenes filled with awkward fathers, embarrassing moments, and emotional truths. One father names his son Murray, only for the grown man to complain. That's an old man's name. The humor always danced on the edge of absurdity and sincerity. The show mixed slapstick with depth. One minute you're laughing at a ridiculous joke, the next you're tearing up over loss or self-doubt. Donald recalled how realistic it all felt. We'd have extras come in as patients, and it started to feel like we were really working doctors. People would ask us questions, and we'd just roll with it. Even the outtakes were legendary. Between takes, they cracked jokes, did impressions, and tried to outdo each other with laughter. Zach would laugh, "Not now, man," but he'd still do it, sending everyone on set into hysterics. The camaraderie on set was undeniable. The cast wasn't just acting as friends. They were friends. And yes, there were plenty of inside jokes. "ET's got the scoop," Donald once joked. "I've been seeing John Tesh on the side." The set erupted in laughter. But beyond the laughter, Scrubs had heart. It captured the beauty of imperfection, of people trying, failing, learning, and trying again. The show's emotional balance made it timeless. It didn't shy away from pain, but it always found the humor within it. Each scene reminded viewers that medicine, like life, is unpredictable, sometimes tragic, often ridiculous, but always meaningful. In one memorable exchange, a doctor tells an intern, "If you're lucky, you'll find joy in the madness." And that line became the soul of Scrubs. Behind the camera, director Bill Lawrence fostered that exact energy. Structured chaos. Driven by love for storytelling and laughter, the writing team poured their hearts into every episode, drawing from real hospital experiences, personal struggles, and friendships that shaped their own lives. What made Scrubs stand out was its honesty. It didn't pretend doctors were perfect. It showed them as people scared, flawed, and hopeful. As Zach once said, "It's not just about saving lives. It's about figuring out how to live your own." And that's why Scrubs endures, not just as a comedy, but as a reflection of what it means to be human.